Boom. We are live. What it do, everybody, and thanks for tuning in today at night live by way of Day by Day podcast. I'm your host, Day with an I, not a Y, do not X, Y, and tonight I have a great one for y'all, ladies and gentlemen, at least for those of you tuning in live. If you're catching this bright and early in the morning on audio streams, I thank you for that. But make sure that you catch us live every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. I know it's 10:45 going on 11 p.m., but technical difficulties got caught up in life per usual. But anyway, I digress. I have a great one for y'all because we will be covering a variety of topics such as Draymond Green wilding out in the NBA yet again. We're going to talk about his latest theatrics plus his recent 5-game suspension. Also, to keep things in the road of sports, we got the rematch of Super Bowl 53. We got Eagles versus Kansas City Chiefs. And for those of you that know me, know that this is very, very, very personal. Me being a heavy Eagles fan, this is the rematch of the Super Bowl, one of the worst nights of my life. But we have a chance to make me feel a little bit better about it. But we're going to get into that. Also, we have Dai Q A at the end of the episode where I'm going to read and answer 2 questions submitted by you, the Dai Party, which you can submit by texting to 202-599-6992. So we're going to get straight into it. I like to start off with good vibes. It's hump day. Happy hump day. Happy November, everybody. November is a month that I love, and it's for more than 2 reasons, a few reasons I should say. First and foremost, it's the holiday season. It's fall weather, it's hoodie season. It's nice and chilly. It's not freezing cold. It's not brick yet, but it's nice and chilly. It's hoodie season and whatnot. We got the holidays. We got Thanksgiving, Black Friday, if you're into that. Me, myself, my birthday, I was born on the 29th of November. Shout out to the Sagittarius, especially the November Sagittarius. Shout out to the Scorpio. I got a dash of y'all in me as well. But shout out to everyone born in November. It's a lot of people born in November, I realize. Like, a lot of people. But before I get into that, like I was saying, November I like because it's kind of a strange month, and I'm a strange person, so I like strange things. I say it's a strange month because it's like it's a challenging month. It seems like November is, since it's the end of the quarter, a lot of people scrambling and work and trying to get numbers met and whatnot, quotas met. And then it's also challenging because you're kind of creeping up on the new year and you feel that change in the air, so you kind of try to kick shit into hyper speed to get caught up to things so that you be on the right foot when you enter the new year. And then it's cold, and then daylight savings or whichever one of the two bullshit happens, you got that kicks in, so it starts to get darker quicker. So depression kind of sets in a little sooner than later. But it's challenging, but I like that it's challenging. I like a challenge. I like to set my New Year's resolutions, if you would, in November. Like November, it's every year in November, I kind of like kick into like this different mode. I mean, shit, case in point, I'm doing the live streams. I haven't done the live streams in a minute. I used to do them on IG every week, but IG, stopped me from being great. But we're not going to get into that. So I, had to transition to YouTube. And for the longest, I've been, bluffing on that. And last week I'm like, nah, man, I gotta get back to it. So we're here on YouTube with the live stream. So it's just small things like that. I'm putting out episodes back to back with the podcast. Speaking of which, if you didn't catch the last episode featuring Shane Gang, make sure that you do. It's available on YouTube and all streaming services, podcast streaming services, I should say. But yeah, man, November is a challenging month, but nonetheless, it's a great month. And like I said, a lot of people are born in November, which I didn't even realize until like as of recently. Like I just been scrolling on like social medias and Instagram, Facebook per usual, and I'm seeing all the birthdays of people in November, and it's like, damn, like it's a lot of people born in November. A lot of Scorpios. Shout out to the Scorpios. I love Scorpio women. I'm gonna just leave it at that. But yeah, shout out to all the Scorpios. Shout out to everyone born in November. November's a great month. Start your New Year's resolution today in the month of November. Do not wait till January. At the absolute worst, do December after Thanksgiving. I know a lot of people wait till after Thanksgiving when they eat, like pigs, which I'm going to do. I can't wait for the candy yam and macaroni combo with the stuffing and gravy over top of that, plus the mashed potatoes with the turkey wings. Let's normalize just straight turkey wings for Thanksgiving, right? Let's just get straight to the meat and potatoes of things. Like turkey's good, but like a whole turkey, like unless it's really cooked proper, it can be a little dry. Turkey wings, fall off the bone turkey wings, that's, really good seasoned and moist and whatnot, there's nothing like it. I'm taking turkey wings over chicken wings any day of the week. So let's just normalize. Just give me a plate of turkey wings. I don't need the whole turkey. You ain't got to carve it up. Nah, let's just do turkey wings and get straight to the point, right? But anyway, Thanksgiving, people after Thanksgiving, that's when they like to kick in for their New Year's resolution. So that's cool, I guess. But I say you start in November. That way, by the time Thanksgiving rolls around, if you take a small delay, if you would, which lasts about a day or two, then you can get back to hitting the ground running, as opposed to you already, kind of behind the eight ball. Then Thanksgiving comes and you eat and drink. Then you're behind the eight ball even more. Then you try to start from December day one, and it's kind of hard to play catch up. I mean, but do your thing. My recommendation is just to start it in November, but definitely don't start your New Year's resolution in January. Nobody does that. And stick out the New Year's resolution. Have some realistic goals, and let's make it happen. But anyway, also, besides gifts being bared in the month of November to those of us who have birthdays in November, we have another surprising gift that we have been blessed with for the month of November. So Andre 3000, for the first time, is premiering a solo album. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. New Blue Sun, which will be Andre 3000 highly anticipated premiere solo album, is dropping Thursday, November 17th. Now, here's the thing about this album. When it first came out, without reading the details, I think myself along with a lot of us, we were like, oh shit, it's here. Andre 3000 already blessed us with a rap album. This is what rap has been missing. He is about to save hip hop. But hold your brakes, because it's not going to be that exactly. Now, this album is going to be entirely instrumental, mostly made from woodwind instruments. Now, he said, quote, "I swear, I really wanted to make a rap album, but this is literally the way the wind blew me." That's actually the title of track one, end quote. That's the title of track one. I'll quote again. "I swear, I really wanted to make a rap album, but this is literally the way the wind blew me." That's the track one title. That's a long title. That's going to be weird popping up on the phone. But anyway, you know what? Let me just start by saying this disclaimer. I know a lot of us were expecting a rap album from Andre 3000, and I'm pretty sure we realized that's not what's going to come. I'm seeing the memes on Twitter with, people saying how they're going to rock out to him playing the flute and whatnot. Let me just say this. There will be zero, and I mean zero, slander towards Andre Benjamin tolerated on the premiere of this album. He put it out there. This isn't a rap album. So if that's what you're expecting, if you're expecting bars, then that's not what you're getting, right? So go elsewhere, right? If you were born in 2000 or later, I don't want to hear shit about what you got to say about this album. Now, I know there are some of y'all that were born in 2000 or later that y'all parents raised y'all right. Like my little brothers, they were born, after 2000, but 2000 and after, I should say, but they were raised right. They know about Three Stacks. They know good music. But if you were born after the year 2000 and you think Lil Yachty is the greatest rapper alive, then I don't want to hear shit about what you got to say about this new Andre 3000 album, because it's not even going to be bars first and foremost. You weren't there, right? Here's how I see it. He's in a place, man. He did his Dave Chappelle to Africa type thing. He's in his own world right now. He doesn't have to do this shit. But he's like, yo, you know what? I have a lot of music and love on my heart that I have to let out. You can't keep all that love built in. You have to let it out, right? And he probably realizes what shambles the hip hop and the rap game is in today. And he's like, you know what? Let me just give y'all some, some peace, right? Because music, man, listen, music is therapy, right? Music, we reflect a lot of the music we take in, right? So he's probably just putting out some stuff that, is just calm for the spirit. It's good for the soul. Some people don't even realize music that's good for the soul because they're so filled with ignorant music. Go to a basketball court, right, and play NBA YoungBoy and see how people react. And then put on some Summer Madness by Kool and the Gang and see how they react. Put on some soul music and see how they react. It's a difference, man. Music is soulful. It's therapeutic. And we are very transparent of the music that we take in. So he probably just realizes that the world, not just beyond past the rap and the hip hop world, the world in general is just in such shambles that he just feels like, the world needs some healing. And he's probably, putting that out with his woodwind instruments. That's my synopsis on it. Regardless, I'm gonna listen to it, and my birthday again is on the 29th of November, and I'm actually going hiking on the morning of my birthday. So that's probably like going to be a perfect album to hike to. Be one with nature, be one with the earth, be one with Mother Nature, and I'm actually very much so looking forward to it. So I can't wait. Again, zero tolerance, and I mean zero tolerance will be tolerated on the release of this album. Oh snap! I forgot to put the picture up. My fault. New Blue Sun, November 17th. Looking forward to it. All right, now we're going from the rap game to the sports world. For those of you that may have not seen it, but I'm sure you have, it's everywhere. It's on Twitter, it's on Instagram, it's everywhere. He strikes yet again Draymond Green. So I'm not going to play the video, but you can tell by the picture. He choked out Rudy Gobert. He's French. Gobert. Oui, oui, fanfan, bonbons. He choked him out. Yo, look at this picture first and foremost. Yo, this shit is crazy, bro. Like, yo, he is like, he waited for that. So if you saw the video, the fight doesn't even have anything to do with neither one of these two dudes. The fight has something to do with Klay Thompson and another dude for the team, right? Klay and the other dude, they get into it. Rudy kind of pops up maybe to break him up, and you just see Draymond haul ass and L out Rudy Gobert out of nowhere, bro. Straight out of Baby Boy, bro. If you've seen it, drop a comment. This shit is hilarious, bro. Look at this picture, bro. Like that's the face of a man that really wants to inflict pain. He really wants to inflict pain here, bro. Look at this shit, bro. Yo, this shit is crazy. And then if you saw the video, Gobert's kind of just throwing his hands up like, refs, do you not see this? Refs, do you not see this? And you got Carl Anthony Towns, I think that's his name. His bitch ass ain't doing nothing. He soft as shit. He just watching his teammate get choked out and he trying to grab Draymond. Like, what the fuck are you doing? But anyway, yo, this shit is hilarious. Look at this. Like, Rudy, his hands are in the air. Like, what do you want me to do? And Draymond is like really putting that Melvin the Jody headlock on him. That Melvin the Jody Baby Boy headlock on him. Cry for your mama. Cry for your mama. He's really putting it and was dragging him with it too. Yo. But here's my synopsis on Draymond, right? I'm not mad at it. And here's why. Draymond is taking on the persona of, I'm going to be the Dennis Rodman of the league. And sometimes he does reach and he, definitely does extra. Most times, I'm not even going to say sometimes. Most times he definitely does extra. This was extra as fuck because Rudy had nothing to do with it. He wanted a reason to L that dude out for some time now. But, a lot of vets in the league today, or dudes that, used to play in the 70s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s, all the time, what's the whole thing? Oh, such and such couldn't survive in the 80s. Kevin Durant, Stephen Curry, they couldn't play in the 80s or the 90s when dudes was, throwing haymakers whenever you drove to the hole. Like, people say that about current NBA players, and I think Draymond has taken that personal to the point where he wants to show that he for sure can survive in the 80s and 90s. Now, I don't know if being dirty really qualifies you for being such, but the physicality part, yeah, Draymond's a physical player, and, it's hard to argue that they won't have their rings without Draymond Green, especially the first, 3, 2, however many they have. But, yeah, I think he's just taking on that persona of, the bad boy of the league, and I could survive in any era and play with anybody. But sometimes it is a little extra. But I say that to say at the same time, it's like, yo, if you can keep getting away with it, then why not? You know what I mean? Like, it seems like some type of shit like this happens all the time. And I have to look at the code of conduct of NBA, but I don't think you can get like banned from the NBA from, repetitive suspensions and fines and fouls and whatnot. let's actually look at his IG. So this was after the choke, he received, as of now, he received 5-game suspension from, Ellen out Rudy Gobert. And after receiving word of his suspension, this is what he put on his Instagram. NBA runs through Draymond Green. I'm fucking untouchable in this league. So that's the attitude of someone that knows y'all ain't gonna do shit. He's like, I mean, y'all ain't gonna do shit. Y'all gonna foul me. Y'all gonna find me. Y'all gonna suspend me. But I'm not going nowhere. So why not keep doing this shit? Why not keep putting on that Dennis Rodman Bad Boys Piston persona, right? Because Steve Kerr damn sure ain't do nothing. Because he knocked the shit out of Jordan Poole. And it was such a conflict of interest that they had to choose Jordan Poole, who's a good scorer, but he's immature, or Draymond Green. They stuck with Draymond Green and shipped Jordan Poole to DC. Now he on U Street acting a damn fool. You know what I mean? So Steve Kerr obviously ain't doing shit with Draymond. So it's like, what the fuck? The league ain't doing shit with him. The new commission we have, he's soft. He don't be doing shit. What's his name back in the day? And I'm sorry I got the names all messed up. I don't watch basketball, but I think it's Adam Silver. It's Adam Silver today, right? Or is it the previous one? I don't know. Y'all probably gonna laugh at me. I ain't ready fact check, but the commish today is soft compared to the one before. The one before was handing them some suspensions out. You know what I'm saying? Now Draymond has had his suspensions, but not nearly as much as he should, and not nearly for as many games as he should have received. I grew up a Thunder fan when we had Russ and KD, and I still remember when he kicked my man Adams in the nuts and got only 2 games for that. That was bullshit, right? But he got 5 games for Ellen out Rudy Gobert. But anyway, it's like, yo, if he is not going to receive any type of penalty, then why not keep going? And look at his attitude. This is the attitude of like that kid in like middle school or high school that would always get like, suspended or in-school suspension or referrals, but never got expelled. And they knew they weren't getting expelled, so they continued to show their ass. This is what Draymond Green is like. And he know he's not going nowhere, so it's like, why not? Yo, he said, I'm fucking untouchable in this league. He put that on IG. He pretty much called the commissioner puss. That's what he did. He called the commissioner pussy by saying that. So we're going to see what happens with that. But let's actually look at his numbers as far as, technicals and fouls and fines and suspensions and whatnot, because I did a little bit of research, and this is actually insane. So Draymond Green throughout his career has had 5 career suspensions, now 6, because this came out before he received his 5-game suspension for the choke. So 6 career suspensions, 171 technical fouls, which is fucking insane, 20 flagrant fouls, 19 ejections, $1.4 million in fines. What the fuck? Now we're saying what the fuck, but I mean he's not losing sleep over that 1.4 mil, which is why he's going to continue to keep wilding out. They might have to hit him with like a $500,000 ticket one day just to really stick it to him. Pause. But even still, I don't even think that will really do anything to his bank account, man. NBA players get paid, bro. They get that chicken. But this is crazy, bro. These stats are crazy. Like, so if it just keeps piling on and he's not going nowhere, then why not? Now, do I personally think he could have survived in the 90s or whatnot? Yeah, but I think he would have been retaliated towards way more than today. Like, what did Rudy Gobert do? Threw his hands up. And then Cat, who's Rudy's teammate standing right next to him, his bitch ass ain't do nothing. So he's like kind of like bullying like today's leagues. Like no one really has fought him. I know Bradley Beal kind of threw him in a joint, but no one's like really fought back. Now, if he was doing this shit in like the late 80s or early 90s and all that shit with the Pistons and Rodman and them and Reggie Miller and them, like them dudes was fighting every week. Nah, they would have been on him. They would have been throwing hands at him. I don't think anybody's really throwing hands with Draymond. He was talking crazy to Anthony Edwards the other day, like, what the fuck you gonna do? And called him a bitch. And Anthony Edwards dropped 30-piece, I think it was a 30-piece on him and sealed the deal with the clutch shots and whatnot. Like, no one has really threw hands with Draymond. Like, if it was in the 80s and 90s, he would have got dealt with. I'm not saying he would have stopped. I'm not saying he would have lost. I'm not saying he would have slowed down, but he would have got dealt with. So he would have thought about things, you know what I'm saying, once, twice, 3 times more than, he's been doing today. Oh, man. That's crazy, though, bro. These numbers are actually insane. To stay in the sports world, for those of you that know me, know that I'm somewhat of a passionate Philadelphia Eagles fan. I guess you could say I'm somewhat. And Monday night, I've been thinking about this since February 13th, 2023. Monday night, we have the Super Bowl rematch. We have the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, this is very personal for me because I'm a huge Philadelphia Eagles fan. And yes, I do realize now, just now, that I have on a red hat, which is the Kansas City Chiefs covers, but that's neither here nor there. Philadelphia Eagles, that's my team. Has been since '05 when I started playing football. But that's my team. It's a rematch of the Super Bowl, and I'm pumped. I'm chilling right now, but I'm pumped. Again, I've been waiting for this game for a long time. And then you have the two best, arguably, well, we're the best team in the NFL and the NFC for sure. They're arguably the best team in the AFC. So you got the two top teams in the NFL going at it Monday night. All chips are on the table. I mean, you can't ask for a better matchup. I can't wait. At first, I was talking to this girl the other day. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to just watch it at the crib. She's like, no, you're not. I was like, yeah, you're right. I'm going to go to the Eagles bar. Shout out to Big Ben's in Charlotte, Eagles bar. I'm definitely going to go there to watch the game. But, yeah, man, this is it. This game is huge. Now, I will say this about this game. I call it the revenge tour. The Eagles are currently on a revenge tour. This game is huge, but when we win, I won't feel all the way great. I won't feel replenished, if you would, from losing a Super Bowl. Because at the end of the day, we lost the Super Bowl. This is a regular season game, a Monday night game. Yeah, it's a big game, but we lost the Super Bowl. So when we win, I'll feel good, but I still won't feel great until we get back to the Super Bowl and win that. Now, if we play them again in the Super Bowl, which I think will be the rematch, the Super Bowl opponents again this year. But if we get to the Super Bowl and face them again, then it's sky's the limit as far as how personal that will be. Then I'll feel better once we beat them. But this, it's a regular season game at the end of the day, a huge regular season game. But this isn't like, oh, we lost the Super Bowl, so when we win this, I feel good about it. No, we lost the fucking Super Bowl. I feel terrible about it. So terrible, matter of fact, let's speak about it. So when we made it to the Super Bowl, I actually watched it in Philly, went to Xfinity Live in Philly, which is just basically like a big like sports bar arena type thing, if you would, which is right next to all the stadiums and arenas in Philly. Like all in Philly, all the sports teams, you have, the baseball stadium, the 76ers / Flyers, and then the Lincoln Financial Field where the Eagles play. It's all in one vicinity. And in the middle of it is called the Xfinity Live, where you can go and watch the games and whatnot. And it was an amazing turnout. I mean, amazing turnout. I couldn't have asked for a better venue to watch the Super Bowl besides actually being at the Super Bowl. And it was lit and whatnot. But, when we lost, that was tough. That was a tough day, man. That was a tough night for me, man, because I just knew we were going to win. I drove from Charlotte to Philly. I put like $400 on the game in FanDuel for us to win, and we lost. You know what I mean? That was tough. This is actually after the game. Just looking at that, man, it's embarrassing. But that's where I was. That's where I was. I was at rock bottom, on the scepter, taking a bottle of Jose Cuervo to the dome. That's the pain that the Super Bowl loss inflicted on me. And that's tough, man. And that wasn't acting. That was real. I was really taking them shots to the head of the Jose. Ask Markel. He's the one that took the picture. I had see the camera in my lap. Like, I thought we were going to win, and I was going to go down Broad Street, like, interviewing people and getting live reactions and whatnot. But, yeah, man, that was a tough loss. So, that's why this game is so personal. Look at that. Fucking sad. Fucking sad. But that's real, man. That's where I was. I was at rock bottom. But, I got past it after a few months of therapy, and a lot of bottomless glasses. Nah, I'm just joking. I didn't drink myself. And I didn't go to therapy neither. I'm playing. I was hurt, though. It did take me a little minute to get over that because I really, like, if you follow me on IG, like, I was leaving them videos, like, every week and, spending hella time making them and whatnot. Like, I just really knew my team was going to win the Super Bowl that year, which is crazy now that I think about it because the videos I was making last year, I spent way more time in production as opposed to this year. This year, man, my Eagles video has been going crazy. The Cowboys one I dropped, that went insane. Had like 5,000 shares or whatnot. And then the one where I did for the bye week that had like 4,000 shares on IG alone. Like, so my content been going crazy. Now I kind of just record how I feel. Before I had to put like a whole thing together. Now it's just how I feel. And I got a good one for this upcoming week because this is a big game. But yeah, man, that's what I was. So I can't revisit this. I was telling somebody I would rather not make the Super Bowl this year than make it and lose again. Losing 2 Super Bowls in a row, not gonna lie, I might have to go on that little darkness retreat thing that Aaron Rodgers did because that would be tough. That would be tough. Y'all want to hear from me for a minute if we lost 2 in a row. That would be tough. But I think we're gonna win it this year. I really do. I really do. So that way I cannot relive this moment because this is no good for anybody. So we're gonna get the dub. Also, another reason why this game is so big, for those of you that maybe do not know, maybe you're living under a rock, Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift, they date. And I'm not going to sit up here and go, all TMZ on it and whatnot, because the NFL has done that enough, which is annoying. I mean, during this game, if there was an over under on the amount of times they're going to show Taylor Swift during the game, I'm gonna go over 15. I'm gonna take the over at 15 because here's the thing. Taylor Swift is from Reading, Pennsylvania. She and her family grew up Eagles fans. So it's a conflict of interest in this one because she's dating a Kansas City Chief, but she grew up a Philadelphia Eagles fan. Now, I'm going to say this about Taylor Swift. Taylor, if you're listening, listen closely. The absolute most you can do as far as attire is half Eagles, half Chiefs, just like Mama Donna does, right? That's the absolute most you can do. If you go full Chiefs gear, if you go full Chiefs jersey, I'm telling you right now, the Philadelphia Eagles community is not going to take that lightly. You grew up an Eagles fan. In all of your concerts, you would, expressing how you're an Eagles fan. Now, your dad already slipped up because that little clip when y'all was in Argentina, he had on straight Chiefs gear. And I don't appreciate that, Mr. Swift. We don't do that. As Eagles fans, listen, everyone know Eagles fans, we're different from other fan bases in the NFL for the best reasons. We're the most passionate. And it's just some unspoken rules amongst the Eagles fans that we don't break, which include going to another team. Unless you're in the NFL and playing for another team, you do not switch teams once you're an Eagles fan. That does not work like that. Now, again, Taylor, she's dating dudes, so the most we can let her get away with is a half jersey, half Eagles, half Chiefs, just like Mama Donna. We'll let her get away with that. But for her to come out in straight Chiefs gear, I'm telling you, Taylor, that's not going to fly right. But also with Taylor Swift, so apparently, according to Entertainment Tonight, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce parents are expected to meet for the first time during the Monday night game. How adorable. All right. So the parents are going to meet. So this is going to be a big deal. Oh, yeah, definitely over 15. The parents are going to be in the building too. Yeah, they're going to go back and forth at over 15 times for sure. So the parents are meeting. So again, her parents are Eagles fans. So it's like, all right, what are we doing? I want to know. What are we doing, Taylor? What are we doing? You can't come out there straight Chiefs gear. Can't do it. I mean, I'm chilling. I'm not going to overreact, but because I don't listen to you, you know what I'm saying? And that's no offense. I just don't. But I'm telling you, the Eagles community, especially ones that like your music, if you come out there in straight Chiefs gear, they are not going to take that lightly. They're not. But I hope Travis Kelce does decent. He's on one of my fantasy teams in my money league. So I hope he does decent, but not good enough to the point where, it contributes towards a victory. I hope it's just like trash time yardage that he gains or whatnot. But yeah, man, with this whole Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce thing, I mean, the NFL has definitely blown it up past proportions, past what they have needed to. I'm not tripping, but they definitely have done too much. A couple of times it's cool, but every time he makes a catch or he's on the field or he's on the sideline, they show him, then they show her. So, I mean, but money talks. I know she's increased the revenue of the NFL just by showing up to these games from, her fan base that don't watch football. But since she's there, they're going to tune into anything she does. So they're going to pop up. And I just think that's fascinating, you know what I'm saying? First and foremost, with a fan base. how like a true fan base, man, a true community, I should say, not a fan base, a community. She has a community because when she showed up to these games, Travis Kelsey jersey sales increased tremendously. Watch time with NFL increased tremendously. Like she literally, her community, like affected the NFL market. Like that's insane. Like that just shows you how important having a community is, the importance of a community and whatnot. I'm trying to, establish a community myself and actually have a name for my community, y'all. I'm gonna call y'all the Day Party. Yeah, I thought of that. DAI, of course. So the Day Party is gonna be the name of the day by day community. But yeah, man, huge game. I can't wait. I really can't wait. I'm gonna be at Big Ben's Eagles Bar here in Charlotte on Elizabeth Ave. If you're in the city and you need somewhere to watch the game, it's gonna be turned up. I'm gonna get there about 6:30, 7 o'clock, because it's gonna fill up quick. I'll be drunk by about 6:30, 7 o'clock. And I'm ready, man. I can't wait. Whoever wins this game is going to have bragging rights for the best team in the NFL, and whichever quarterback wins is going to have bragging rights for, leading the MVP conversation. Even though as of now, as of today, Jalen Hurts is the favorite to win MVP according to Caesar Sportsbook. So all this talk y'all doing with Lamar and Tua and Tyreek and CJ Stroud or whoever else the fuck you want to throw in there, yeah, y'all tweeting about who's in the lead, but according to Caesar Sportsbook, Jalen Hurts is in the league. Numbers. Shit is different on this side, man. All right, so that's enough for the sports and the music world. Before we get out of here, we got Dai Q A. Now, again, how Dai Q A works is uh, I'm going to answer questions submitted by the Dai Party, and you can submit it by texting or you calling and leave a message on 202-599-6992, 202-599-6992. Text your questions in. I'm going to pick two each week to put on here, and they could be about anything. You know what I'm saying? If you've been tuning in, I think you can kind of notice that by now. I don't really have a niche, if you would, with my podcast. I just I talk, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to say I talk shit, but I talk, if someone has something worth speaking on and talking about, then we're going to speak on it and talk about it, right? No matter what it is. Just as long as it's doing two of three, if not in a perfect world, three of three of the following things: entertain, inform, inspire. Right? As long as I'm doing two of those things, then that's what a day by day podcast is about. That's my podcast content in general is about. All right, but anyway, we're going to get to Dai Q A. All right, so for the first question, actually a friend of mine, a female friend of mine, she didn't want her business to be put out there. She said, "Hi, Dai. What is the first thing or two you notice in a young lady?" I like this question because, I think everyone knows by now that men were visual creatures. We like, the visuals of things on women. That's why the BBL rate and plastic surgery rate is at such an all-time high, because women know that we're visual creatures. We like ass, so they try to, visually or physically enhance themselves to appeal more visually attracting upon our eyes. But anyway, to answer your question, the first few things I noticed, first and foremost, are the eyes and lips. I'm a sucker for pretty eyes and voluptuous lips. Those are my number two. Right there, that's my weakness. Those two right there, I'm crumbling off bucks, right? But yeah, eyes and lips, and they don't even have to be like, when I say pretty eyes, they don't have to be like hazel eyes, like just soft on the eyes. You know what I mean? Like soft on the eyes, like she just want to be, taken care of and caressed. You know what I'm saying? Like she just soft on the eyes, pretty eyes, gives you that pretty look. You know what I'm saying? And then the lips. I love voluptuous lips. I love juicy lips. So those are the first two things for me physically are eyes and lips. Now, I don't approach women, or I'm not attracted to women off of just looks. I gotta hear her talk. I gotta feel her out. I gotta feel her vibe, see what she's into. I just gotta make sure, she's not what's the word? One, she has common sense. And two, she's not basic. Like I don't like no basic chick. When I mean basic is like just the basic, what I'm saying, women you see out here like on social media and whatnot, that just interested in the same things, want to do the same things, want to go to the same spot, want to go to the club every weekend and do the same shit. I'm not interested in that. So I gotta see, I gotta see what her mind like, see what she talking about and all that. Like, yeah, she'll reel me in with the eyes and lips, but you know what I'm saying, I'll let right go of that bait if she sound like a bird. You know what I'm saying? So definitely the eyes and lips physically. And then from there, I gotta hear her out, see what she talking about. You know what I'm saying? See the type of thing she's interested in, and then we go from there. But I'm not one of these dudes that it kills me when dudes like they see a chick with a fat ass and a pretty face, but it's only pretty behind ton of makeup, and she got you don't see her face or her hair. You just see her ass, and then she got like that. You know how like majority of girls got like either like a Kim face or a Nicki face or a Mariah the Scientist face. Like they all look the same. You know what I mean? So like a dude will see that and be like, damn, she bad as shit. I would wife her. I think that's the dumbest shit ever. To say you will wife a chick because she has a fat ass, long weave, and the same face that, 100 million other women got. Now, if you got that, ain't nothing wrong with it, but I would just never see that and be like, oh, I got a wife or nah, you don't know what the fuck she interested in. You don't know if she a bird. You don't know what type of time she on. You don't know if she got any drive. You don't know what her hygiene like. Cause just cause a chick pretty don't mean she ain't funky. You know what I'm saying? So like you don't even know nothing about it. So, oh, I would wife her. I've never understood that shit. Me personally, I like a more natural chick even to begin with. Not saying she can't wear any makeup. Like makeup is cool, but like if it's just only makeup on top of weave, like if I've never seen you, then I'm not attracted to that shit. I like natural women. But yeah, like just saying you would wife something or a chick is bad. A bitch can't be bad just because she got a fat ass and a decent face behind makeup. Nah, because if her attitude is stink, then she a bird. So yeah, I know I kind of went down a rabbit hole with that one, but yeah, to answer your question, eyes and lips physically, and then I gotta see what type of time her mind on. I'm not trying to be around no birds. I'm not sharing the energy with no birds. Right? I done did all that shit where I was just racking up shit just to rack up shit. I'm worried about quality now in life. I ain't worried about quantity. I'd rather have one or two really good quality chicks throughout the year than motherfucking 50 birds that I ran through. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I noticed. Great question. I appreciate that. I think a lot of people need to hear. I think a lot of young men need to hear that shit because dudes' minds be all fucked up. They think a fat ass is winning. No, because you don't know what her mind like, and if you and you don't even know she stink. I done come across some fat asses that stunk. So, all right, question two: where do you see yourself in 5 years? You know what? I really appreciate this question. I really do. Um, because people think my content is just about dating and sex and stuff. Where do I see myself in 5 years? Doing two of a few things. Uh, Definitely having my own media company, network company. I'm not sure what the difference is, but one of the two. I have a network company now, my LLC, but definitely having my own media company where, I'm running multiple shows, multiple podcasts, one of which is my own. And then whether that be podcast, audio podcast on YouTube or on actual television. I don't know where television is going to be in 5 years from now. It might be, you know, completely asinine. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, but definitely have my own media company and being on the radio. If not one, then both. In a perfect world, both. Um, a Porsche for sure. It's a few things, but I'm not gonna go over everything. I'm just trying to think of the things that I should put out there for y'all. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you should send everything out, but definitely a Porsche and a Lexus 350F Sport, IS 350F Sport. But nah, besides that, yeah, definitely having my own media company, being on the radio, having my own television show. I think I will do good with like a late night show or a morning show, either or, both. Shit, why not both, right? One of the two, either a morning show to like get people, feeling good about the start of the day in the morning, giving them a good laugh, giving them some good inspiration in the morning, or a late night one, whether it's the same, a good laugh for them to, watch before they go to sleep, or it's grown folk talk, whatever may have you, having my own show, having my own media company, being on the radio. That's where I see myself in 5 years. I turned 29 in 2 weeks, so for the sake of it, let's say I'm 29 now, so about 34, yeah, and traveling too, doing different things in different states. I love to travel, so traveling while working, making connections on the road, in the skies, you know what I'm saying? Going to different spots, making connections, you know what I'm saying? Being on TV, being on the radio, helping out with this, being a media consultant, whatever may have you, man. I just want to be involved with media. You know, I really found a love behind this, which I didn't expect. Because if you know me, you know that my first love is football. You know, I didn't start doing podcasting until 2 years removed from college. And it was completely unexpected. I did it because of football. I had a football podcast that started out with just one microphone and it was just audio. I have no camera. It was just one microphone that I would share with my guests. We would sit and put a microphone in the middle of us. And that's how it started. And then I just felt, you know, like it was a natural ability to do that and carry on the conversations and whatnot. And I went from there to having 3 different podcasts. One was Going Smack Radio, which was just about dating and whatnot. For those who don't know, Going Smack is just a term back in the DMV for like approaching, shooting your shot and whatnot. And then I had a weed podcast called Fried Days, Smoke and Talk, but I wasn't living on my own at the time, so I couldn't smoke and talk. I would actually record that in the car. I used to sit in the car with like 2 other people. We would smoke hot box, and I would have my laptop and we would talk into the microphones. But I say that to say, you know, like I've just gone from there to actually having the Day by Day podcast in my mom's basement with 2 microphones and shooting on my iPhone to where I'm at now, where I'm okay right now. Like I'm still not advanced, I would say. But in 5 years, I think I'm gonna be advanced to the point where I can do anything from lighting to video editing to audio editing to, producing show notes for shows, editing people's podcasts, having my own podcast studio also. Also plan on having my own media company and having my own podcast studio. That way people can come in and shoot podcasts, and I have a team that edits it and whatnot, and having a dope ass studio too. I see myself having a dope ass podcast studio with like 3 or 4 rooms, a music studio too, like all in one, because my brother, he's a producer. So having like, some type of family business where you can do, it's just a studio for podcasting or music making or both shit. But that's what I see myself in 5 years, man, having my own media company, my own network company, and just branching that to radio, television, and YouTube, because I think YouTube is going to be television within 5 years or by 5 years. So really just, having a great impact on YouTube, having a good community on YouTube, being on the radio, having my own podcast studio, having a Porsche. I'm going to put that out there now. That's where I see myself in 5 years, with many other things as well, but that's all I can think of at the moment. So that, again, I really appreciate that question. Because, again, I don't have a niche with this. So these questions can be about anything. You can submit your questions by texting them to 202-599-6992, and I'll pick 2 each week to put on here. You know what I mean? And I thank the Dai Party. Again, that's what I'm calling the community now, the Dai Party. Shout out to the Dai Party, man. We in the building, baby. We are in the building, right? But yeah, shout out to the Dai Party. What's this? Okay. And shout out to, these 2 questions. Those were great questions. I truly enjoyed answering them, and I enjoy and appreciate everyone that tuned in tonight live. This is Dai Night Live. We'll be here every Wednesday at 9:00 p.m. I know I started real late this time, but I just didn't get in until late. I had to get my life together. I had to eat and all that good stuff. But nonetheless, we're here and we made it happen, and I actually have fun getting in the groove of this. Like I said, November I had to switch things around, so we're going to be here every week. Now, my birthday is on the Wednesday, so I don't know if I'll be here on my birthday. A young lady says she wants to, take me out for my B-Day, so if that happens, then y'all won't hear from me. But if it does not happen, then I'll be here front and center, drinking wine, having my birthday live stream. But next week, we're definitely going to be here, so make sure y'all be on the lookout for that. Everyone that tuned in, whether you're watching live or listening to the audio on Thursday or whatever day it comes out, I truly thank y'all. I ask y'all that you subscribe, share this out, send it to a friend, like, comment, just help me, get some feedback on what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong, and also help boost the algorithm with this. But until next time, ladies and gentlemen, make sure that y'all stay safe, stay sane, but most importantly, stay blessed. This is Dai Night Live, and we are reporting out. Peace.